Hello.
Hi, I'm Josie from Steel Notes Magazine, and right now I'm here speaking with Vincent Santanastasso.
Santanastasso.
I did it right. He is the vocalist from our wonderful band Symmetria that we are interviewing today. They're in the studio. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I don't even know where to start with you. We met at the show that you did, and I saw that your vision was to move forward. We
Yes.
spoke a lot. We spoke about your notebooks, plethora of words you have written, your theories about Symmetria. Why don't you share a little bit of that? What is Symmetria to you?
Well, Symmetria.
Oh, I said it wrong. Symmetria, sorry.
That's okay. So did Mike at the show.
Oh god.
We were Symmetria that night.
Oh, okay, I was close.
That's all right. Love you, Mike. I think that the whole world. I mean, everything has gone so far out of balance, so far out of whack. There is no English definition for the word symmetria. It's a Polish translation, or the Polish word for symmetry.
Ah,
So the Urban Dictionary definition basically is to find a true and perfect inner peace, harmony, and balance.
okay.
And that's what I want to bring to the music world. And I want to bring to the public, bring to everybody's ear. Something that, no matter who you are, no matter how old you are, no matter what you've been through, there's something in one of our songs that's going to touch you in a way that you haven't felt for a long time.
Right.
Oh, I think that's our pizza.
Oh, I thought he was knocking at the door.
Hello.
Can we pause that? That's okay. In the meantime,
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm not sure.
No,
I'm ahead.
Symmetria.
Symmetry.
What button?
Like symmetrical. What's your symmetry?
Yeah, I don't know why I was trying to make it so hard. I couldn't spell it for the longest time either. Symmetria. You still taping for real?
No, we stopped it, so
No,
we're gonna.
no.
Oh, okay. So what are we doing? Am I just
rolling.
Oh, we're rolling right now. Hi, it's Josie again. All right, Vince. So we were talking about Symmetria and how you want it to be something that everybody appreciates.
Yes.
And now, do you believe that a country music star would like your style of music because they find something in there?
Yes, I do.
Good. I was trying to trip you up there.
No, actually, believe it or not, there's quite a bit of country music I do enjoy.
Okay, sure.
There's a lot of heart, there's a lot of meaning, there's a lot of soulfulness, and a lot of songwriting and styles in country music, and it's something that talks to me.
Right. I enjoy country music as well. Some of it these days. Everything's changing up. So what kind of a genre do you come from?
My biggest love is thrash metal.
Okay.
Testament, Slayer, Overkill, Anthrax. That's where I started.
Okay. And so you bring that into the mix.
Yeah.
And I understand the thrash and the punk. I don't understand the the hip hop, how that plays into it. And I actually didn't even ask Blair what he came from, but I think putting it all together, you've been successful. Did you do yours yet? Did you sing yet?
Yes.
And I did see something about lyrics getting changed.
Yeah, we had to make a couple changes, tweak a few things. Just sometimes too much is, less is more.
What kind of mics are you using?
A big shiny one.
Is it a big one?
Yeah, it's a condenser.
A
mic.
condenser, that was it, yeah.
I know that. I'm not sure beyond that.
One of the big ones that if you break it, it costs like $2,000.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even breathe on it.
Okay, I was gonna say, you're not gonna take that out on the road. So.
No.
How's that been for you? Hearing a little bit of pits and stuff in the voice?
Well, it took a little bit to get used to tracking because unlike when you're practicing or performing, you're gonna load up and you're gonna blast through a whole verse. Here, you can go 2-3 lines, cut, catch your breath, lay it again, and really put everything you can into the
every
music. I mean,
Wow.
give yourself the room to hit the accents and intonations and dress it up the way you want. And
That's really interesting. I understand that now. That makes sense. And I
make
think of it
personal.
from an instrument point of view. It's a little different than from a vocal point of view.
But your voice is your instrument.
It is.
And that's really all you are. Like Mike Patton just recently said, all you are as a singer is another instrument in the band.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, I think some of those high notes, I think you kind of, and I don't mean high, I mean the louder. Don't you kind of work your way up to that?
Yeah, I mean, you always try try to structure things in a way that it helps to flow. So if you're gonna go up real high, you build up to it, or you place it someplace where you know you can get your breath, or
Right.
and so on and so forth.
Now, are you done with your part?
All of the main lyrics are laid, yes.
Okay, good. So you can talk to me and it won't affect your singing tomorrow. or anything?
No.
Okay, all right. So from what I understood just from my last conversation, was everybody kind of helps write the songs. As far as lyrically, is that something we all share, or is that something that's primarily you? I know when we spoke, you said you'd like to write and you have books filled with
Yeah,
lyrics.
I mean, primarily it's me. Not that I'm, I'm not open to anybody else's input. Like, Kevin had said that when I went to lay lyrics for Flying High, he actually told me, he says, dude, I have lyrics for this, but see what, do your thing with them. And
Right,
he told me
right.
what the song was about, and, I did him well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
told me right off the bat he loved it. I hit it right out of the park. And, you get so much life experience in
Can I ask how old you are?
36.
Okay, are you the oldest?
No, I think Blair
Blair.
is a few years older than
And I
me.
didn't
I'm
ask
not
him, and I didn't want to go there, except that I didn't realize how young Fernando was. So you have different ages, you have different types of people. It seems like you guys have a lot of respect for each other. Would you say that you're kind of the leader? And I don't even know if I want to say that in this band.
No, and you're right. I wouldn't want
Yeah.
to say that with a spin. You're 100% right. And honestly, it's a role that I was guilty of sort of stepping into out of habit because, in my previous bands and previous projects, a lot of it was just, hey man, do what you're doing, let us know where to be, let us know what to do.
And so you were used to that,
And I
right?
just was rolling with stuff and jumping on stuff, and it was brought to my attention, and I said, no problem, that's great. The
Yeah.
more we're all willing to work and put into it and get involved and sit and talk to people like you and stop for pictures and shit
Right,
like that.
right.
I mean, that's awesome. That's what people want to see.
Sure.
I want people, I want it to feel like a family.
And you definitely get that feeling here.
I want to play a show, and I don't want anybody to ever hesitate to come up to any of us and just be like, hey, what's up? That was great. And start talking like we've known you for 10 years.
Right, and you guys are very good at that, yes, I must say. So, what do you think would be the single?
Every time I listen to everything, it changes.
Really?
Yeah, every time I listen to everything, it
Who's
changes.
going to make the decision?
I don't know yet.
Yeah,
I have no idea what it's going to come down to.
right, right.
It's
Put them in a hat, pick one out.
it's everything means something different. Every time you listen to something, you hear something different. They're all growing. They're all getting better and
And you
better.
like all the songs?
Yeah, I mean,
That's interesting.
there's not one on there that was like, well, we need an 8. Yeah, all right.
Right, right.
Screw it. Let's go record. They're all,
They were all well thought out to start with.
and honestly, coming in, there was one, maybe two that were a hair on the weaker side that aren't anymore.
Because of the studio work.
Because of the studio work that's gone into them, and some of the production work and ideas and just the capabilities you have.
Oh, that's great.
It's amazing.
I was just going to say, the whole experience to you has been, phenomenal? Everything you dreamed of?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's, still small scale, small time, but it's still something I can't believe I'm not doing.
So what? It's the biggest thing, for
Yeah,
you so
yeah.
far. That's right. Every experience is what you have. Some of what I saw on there was how you were saying that, I need to say this wrong, but you'll get the idea. How there's so much good and bad and good and evil in the world, and we have to overcome that or something like that. And I don't know if you know the exact quote on there. But do you feel that your music is like a peacekeeper? Do you feel like your
That's-
attitudes of acceptance or inclusion is something you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually not a bad way to put it. I want everything to. How do I phrase this?
Take your time.
I want the word symmetria to become an everyday word, whether it's because of the music or because of what music means to you. Because you saw a T-shirt that said symmetria and you thought was cool. You never even heard a song, but you bought the shirt because you
Because
thought
you
it
like
was
the word
cool.
and you like the concept.
Yeah, I want people to realize that it means.
So you're making a definition.
Yeah, I want
Okay.
people to realize that symmetria means perfect balance, and then strive for it in life,
Nice, nice.
and create a no worries of Symmetria.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? So do you feel you have a perfect balance?
I'm trying.
I was like, Mr. I spend 24 hours in the studio a day. Like I said to Kevin, you guys, it seems like you're just jumping in, doing everything, not missing a chance, not slacking on anything. Are the songs, are they coming out with all you're putting in?
Yes.
Good.
So to the point of what we're discussed possibly going a little longer, throwing a little more cash at it, and just, I don't want anybody to feel like they settled for anything. I don't want anybody to feel
Right.
like they were shorted on time.
Right.
I'm throwing everything I can into this one because this is what I've been dreaming of putting together and putting out
Yeah.
since I started writing my own music.
Right.
So,
That's great. Now, I assume you have the support of your families, friends, all
Oh,
that,
yeah.
because otherwise you wouldn't be here. When did you start? Did you play an instrument too, or you just sing? And I don't mean just sing. I mean, did you
I
play
played
anything else?
saxophone in elementary school.
Oh, really? My niece did too. That was a spitty instrument, I remember.
I fumbled with guitars a little bit in high school and a little off and on afterwards. I just never had the patience.
I'm left-handed. I couldn't do it either.
I never had the patience to get good.
Yeah, right. That is something you have to enjoy as a hobby.
And I just loved watching frontmen.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Ozzy and Dickinson
Mm-hmm.
and Bobby Blitz down at the Birch Hill from Overkill. And,
See, and that's different. There's people that would see that and be very intimidated by that.
No.
But you have that in you.
I want that.
Yeah, okay.
I want
The performance involved with it too?
people hanging on every word I say.
Yeah.
I want them to just enjoy seeing our performance so much that it puts them in a better place.
Do you choreograph your stuff? And I don't mean choreograph like dance around, but do you plan on what you're going to do when you're out there?
No, it's all off the cuff. I mean, there's spots where I, may know, all right, I'm going to say something here,
Right.
but it's all whatever feels right at the moment.
Sure.
And I'll improvise with people in the crowd. I've done that in the past, if I grab someone's attention. And shit.
Right. Well, that's fun. That's the fun of it, sure.
Yeah.
And then people are involved with it too. So when was the first time you sang?
I joined chorus in high school.
No, that doesn't count. I knew with band. You know what? I know as I said that. I said it because I was half listening to something else. So, what's the first band you sang with? How old were you?
The first band, you want to know the God, the honest truth?
Don't lie to me. Yes, please.
I was 7 years old.
Come on.
Okay, no, I had to be about 9 years old. It was me, my brother who was 6, the neighbor kid who was 7, another neighbor down the street who was 8. We were all listening to freaking New Kids on the Block, banging on spackle buckets with paint rods.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
shoebox string guitar.
That's awesome.
We were the kids of the future, and we were gonna make it big.
And now they have Guitar Hero, but
So
that's great.
I've had it forever.
Yeah.
Just something I felt like I was born to do.
And you have a nice tone. You know, your voice is very nice.
Thank
so
you.
You
Thank you.
picked the right gift. Are you the oldest of the siblings?
Yeah.
Kind of get that too from your performance. It's a leadership thing, whether you like it or not. Okay, so songs. You have 8 on the track.
Mhm.
Are you playing them when you're out?
Mhm.
Are they the ones that we're playing? Okay. You're not going to release anything ahead of time. We don't know when releasing the disc yet.
What's your favorite to sing?
My favorite to sing. All the same.
Really?
Pick one.
I just get to go off like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. When you're singing, are you listening to, or are you just in your zone?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. I'm really good at hearing everything. So much so that Kevin gets the stink eye every now and then.
I didn't notice that before. That's okay.
But I also know the stuff well enough that I can run through it in my head without an instrument and be on beat.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Right, yeah.
It's
I'm amazed with some acoustic people when they can do that with just a guitar, and I'm like, I know I hear the drums in my head. He must too.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Right, so it's the same thing with the vocals. All right, so just wanted to see if there's anything here I wanted to add on that. So, what's the future?
play.
Dominate the world?
Get out there and play.
Mm-hmm.
Play a lot. We got a couple shows lined up already.
Okay.
We're at
March 18th, we're playing at Dingbats up in Clifton, New Jersey.
With Judas Priestess.
With Judas Priestess, all-female tribute there. And that's through DAA Entertainment, which is owned by Don Jameson
Okay.
of the Metal Show.
Yeah.
So it's it's going to be a good connection for us and moving forward. Tim has connections. Tim
Sure.
has been great to work with. I've known Tim for years. I worked with Tim in the past with other bands, and I've been blown away by 95% of his suggestions, and the 5% that weren't perfect by him made us find something better.
Good. And I do want to talk about Tim a little bit with you. Then when we're done talking about you. So you have a couple shows booked.
Mhm.
You get a release before that, or you don't know? See, look, how I'm trying to narrow down this release date. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop.
I can tell you it's going to be at least June.
Okay. My birthday's the 17th. You know, if you wanted to make it special.
It's going to be that, and that's just because that's the schedule I know they're running on.
Right.
I know Tim's turning in an album to get released on March 5th that they're getting released for Memorial Day.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
that's how-
Oh, I see how. Yeah, I see what you're
So
saying.
we're looking at least June, and then beyond that, it's just a matter of sitting down with Tim and his partner and the label, before we sign everything and putting it all on paper, how it's going to go down, what our timeline's going to be, and our budgeting for, working with publicists and advertising.
I was going to ask about marketing
promo.
and such, and you've
Exactly.
done all that stuff you have kind of in your head, and it's
Yeah,
you're
it's
getting
been
that there.
discussed. We know the process is going to get there. We're
Ready to
dressed
do
for the
time?
job you
Yep.
want, not the job you have.
That's exactly right.
So-
That's right. What is the label?
Trip Squad Records.
Trip Squad Records. And where are you going to sell it? Are you going to do stores? You're going to do? I'm sure you're going to do online.
It's going to be online digitally. It's going to be, through CD Baby, Amazon. I know there's other ones.
Spotify, yeah.
Local record stores, like I know they get them into Vintage Vinyl in Woodbridge,
Right,
which
right.
is a local record store around here. I know he's got avenues for other small, what's left of them, mom and pop shops. It's
Yeah, it's a shame.
But-
They've gone away. Well, since vinyl left, a lot changed. Are you doing art cover? What are you going to put in the disc?
It's going to be a cover art with, I want the lyrics in there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's going to be either 4 or 6 pages, whatever it takes to make the lyrics up, with some cool, simple art behind it, probably.
Okay. Any
No.
symmetry type stuff?
Yes. I'm sure you've seen the new logo on the
I
website.
did, it's very
The
nice.
whole thing is
Yes.
being truly built around balance.
Yeah.
The
Reminds me of the
album-
yin yang thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's a, distressed, fractured concrete yin yang.
Yeah.
basically,
Oh,
to
okay.
show the current state of the world.
Very wise. Very wise. Current state of the world. And I think that'll be pretty timely for a long time to come.
Yeah.
So how long have you, all four of you, been together?
As a whole,
Yeah.
Kev, when did we get Blair? About a year ago?
Has it been a year? Holy shit.
Only a year? Holy shit.
No.
No, it's either been a year or less.
Less.
Wow.
June.
Yeah.
Wow.
9 months.
We haven't even been jamming.
Yeah. As a whole,
Wow.
seriously, September. When we really buckled down and got serious.
Wow. See, I said you're all smart. I knew this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So about a year with the full band. Now, was this band together, sans Blair, or without Fernando?
No.
Okay.
To continue on Kevin's story.
Yeah.
I moved to Jersey, or I moved back to Jersey. At the time, actually, I was done with music. I had it with my last band. I was
Oh.
fed up and, did the typical sold all my gear except my mic type shit and
Right.
everything that we've all made the mistake
Sure.
of doing. Here about 3-4 months, get the itch, look on Craigslist, singer looker, band looking for a metal singer. Yo, what's your set list look like? Yeah, I can do most of these. You want to jam? Well, our drummer's kind of flaky right now. He's kind of recovering from something. And it died.
Yeah.
Like 3-4 months later. Yo, bro, you still interested in jamming? What's your set list look like again? Yeah, sure, what the fuck. And at this point, my wife had already moved down and stuff because the first 6 months I was staying with my dad before
Okay.
the kids finished school and they all moved down.
Oh, where are you
Yeah,
from?
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Um,
Pennsylvania, high five.
What part?
Leesport, just above
Okay.
Reading.
Yes.
So I'm actually born and raised in Jersey.
Oh,
I
then you moved
out
there.
and moved back.
You moved back? Jeez.
I
Sorry.
love it. Love Dirty Jersey.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's okay.
Um,
Your gas is cheaper.
We battle the PA people.
Yeah, we know. We drove here.
Worst
so,
driver.
so I says to my wife, I says, hey, you know what?
We just having that conversation.
I'm looking
way
at a
over.
band here. They're a three-piece. I'm looking at their set list.
lot
He's
more
playing the
records in Jersey
Trooper.
than I
He's
gotta
playing
say.
Maiden. He's playing Priest. How's he
Who's
doing
across
this
that
shit?
board?
Right,
And
right.
He got a bass, a guitar, and drums. How are they playing this? I gotta check
One
it out.
time,
Right.
I go and check it out. We have a freaking
Go back
blast.
into the gym.
And I'm blown away by how well they can play.
Yeah, how much music you hear from that?
So I talked to him a little bit. I'm like, look, I really want to write. I gotta get back to writing. He's like, we'll learn the stuff. We'll play a couple shows. These guys said they're down to write. I'm like, all right, cool, awesome.
We come here.
Learned all the stuff, played a couple shows, start talking about writing. Every time we try to start writing, all right, you know what, screw it. So we played a show up in Bayonne, we did real good. Everybody had a blast.
People are stupid on.
I called them up and I said, look, dude, I gotta get back to writing. I said, I've had a lot of fun playing with you, but I gotta get back to writing. Music coverage just isn't doing it for me. He's like, dude, I'm with you. I'm like, oh. All right, cool. I said, I'll shoot out a text and we'll take care of it. And boom, just like that, I was like, guys, you know, it's been fun, blah, blah, blah. But at this point, I got to move on and move back to original music.
Right.
And I get, you know, Kev didn't respond at all. And Chris was like, all right, cool, you know, thanks. And then George was like, are you serious? And, you know, a little hard to take it at first. But then he actually texted me afterwards, one-on-one. He says, yeah, you're a cool dude. You know, you're a cool dude, very talented. Get best of luck with what you got to do.
Sure.
They didn't know Kev was coming with me yet.
Oh, they may not have been so cordial if they had.
And I'm like, dude, you got to just rip the Band-Aid off and do it.
Yeah, right.
So he
right.
did. It worked out.
Well, yeah, everyone's goal is to get to this point. But
Chris, you know, Chris is still a Facebook friend of mine. George, not so much, but
Well,
whatever.
we wish them the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. and people have different goals. I mean, if you want to be a cover band and make money
Oh, by
locally, of
all
course
means,
do it. That's
exactly,
great. We
do it.
we love
If that's
that.
what you want to do, great.
Right. But I think if your goals are different, you need to find like-minded people. And
Yes.
got
And
lucky.
that's exactly what I found with Kevin. I've never had a guitar player before that I can hum a tune to him, or just say a tune to him, or give him a line, and he figures out what I'm hearing in my head.
I told you, smart. You guys are smart.
I sent him a text message like 2 weeks ago. I was like, dude, I just hummed this out to you. And he's like, I'll fuck with it later. You know.
So do you think you got a band full of prodigies here, or what?
I mean, yeah, I think we all are definitely on the same wavelength with our thought patterns and our thought processes and what we want to accomplish. You know?
I don't see any drama either. That's kind of odd.
No.
No egos, no drama.
No egos, no drama. Everything seems to work itself out pretty smoothly, you know. Try to make sure nobody's feelings get hurt. Try to keep everybody equally involved, equally important. You know,
Right,
it
right.
really has become a family. I mean, when we first started, it was me and Kev, and then Fernando came back, and you know I didn't know Fernando, so it was still kind of me and Kev, and Fernando was starting to jam, and then Blair came in, and I think at one point there was even a comment made at a practice from Blair. You know, we were working on one of the songs, and Kevin and I were like, dude, let's do it this way. And Kevin's like, yeah, Blair, try this. And Blair goes, yeah, whatever Kevin Vince want. And he meant it seriously. There was no animosity.
Oh, right. He didn't mean it. Yeah.
No, it was like his third practice in. Now, it ain't like that anymore. I mean, we have gone full circle with that too. We get an idea, we start rolling with it. It doesn't matter whose it is. It doesn't matter
Right.
where it comes from. Everybody gets, a say. Everybody's input goes in. It's really.
Well, I found it really interesting, and I don't remember if it was Kevin who said it, that there's a song that he'll do the guitar. You know, like words, guitar, I mean, does
Yeah.
everybody have their own, add their own to it? Or do you come up with something and then
No,
tweak
we'll
it?
all throw each other ideas.
That's
He'll
great.
say, Nando, try this, and he'll show him on the guitar, but he's showing him what he wants him to play on the bass.
Right, right.
And stuff like that. We'll tell Blair, hey, the middle of this chorus, cut it halftime.
Right.
Make it slam. Hit the brakes on people.
Right,
Throw
right.
them against the wall.
And he'll just,
And he
Jump
just gets
into
it.
it.
He drops into it. It's really, everything goes so smooth. It's amazing. I mean, actually, just realizing it now, talking about it, We
It's
wrote,
very different, yeah.
we wrote and recorded 8 songs in 7.5 months.
Together. Like, it's not like one person did it and y'all played along.
No.
You did it together. Yeah, that's,
I mean, that's
pretty amazing.
amazing.
Yes, it is.
And based on what I just heard from the rough cuts that aren't even...
Is that what was downstairs that I kind of got a little earful of?
Yeah, you got about 15 seconds.
I know he closed the door on me, but it sounded good.
It's... I got chills listening to some of the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point, there is a song in here that means a lot to me. I'm not going to get any further
Sure,
into
that's
it.
fine.
But I actually got a little bit misty-eyed
Aw, I love those songs that give you
listening
goosebumps.
to
Yeah.
the rough cut. And I'm just like, I can't imagine what the final cut is going to sound like. So...
It's gonna be your baby, I'm sure. I'm sure. And just Tim, you spoke highly of Tim. What's he doing different here?
From a producer's perspective...
Let's start with that. No, I want to start with you. Why did you go with Tim?
You know what? He's having some success with his band Full Scale Riot, which is great. They're a great band. I've been out to see them, enjoyed them. And I knew him from my previous band. He worked with us. He played us up at his club a couple times.
Okay.
And I shot him a text one day. I says, dude, looking for some advice. Got a band. We're all, really into it. I don't want to say money's no object, but, we want to do something.
We want to do the best
do a shot.
ourselves, right?
I said, what's your advice? Would you do like a 4 or 5 song EP, or would you just go full length right out of the box? And at that point, we had 5 that could go right away.
You were ready, yeah.
Or we had to take some time and tighten the other 3 up. And he goes, I just got a record label, right? I'm like, all right, what's up? So we get back and forth a little bit, and he's explaining to me what he's trying to do. And he's like, look, I'm starting up a label that's geared towards the little guy. Bands don't have $10, $20, $30,000 to go and invest in themselves to try to get a real shot. Put together a label that has a network of people and outlets and resources that are affordable to help these bands get a real shot at accomplishing something on their own. So it's a risk that we've discussed and felt was worth taking. In all honesty, the cost difference between doing it ourselves and doing it through the label, at most it's 15%.
Yeah.
It's really not.
That's amazing.
I priced it out for us to print out our own set of discs, for us to press 1,000 discs with a 6 jacket, the UPC code, digital, the whole sales and everything we're getting through
Right.
them. It's less than 15% savings to do it
And I'm
through
sure
them.
Tim knows that when he's setting his prices too.
And
so, yeah.
You get the marketing, you get the support, you get the outlets, you get the Tim. We need a publicist. Do you know somebody?
Right.
Not, oh man,
What do I do here?
publicist, where?
Right.
And you just start cold. No, he's got people that are geared towards your sound, your style, and that are going to know where to market you.
Right.
And he's got them talk, and he's got deals with them to do it.
They probably are like-minded. They want to do what he's
Yes.
doing.
You know,
Sure.
Put the scene back in check.
Yeah. Right.
Whatever
That'd be
happened
nice.
to the musicians and the artists running the scene,
Yeah.
and the people that really cared about the music.
Right. Well, they didn't have enough money. That's all.
Well,
Yeah.
we're trying to make it so you don't need the money.
That would be nice. That would be very nice. Now, as far as the marketing and such, that you guys all have handled. Tim is helping with what he does, and you guys have your own outlets, I'm sure.
Yeah.
CD, tour a bit, write some more music. You want to do this tri-state area,
Yes.
and that's what, Delaware, Jersey, and PA?
Well,
New York.
we have, actually, it's more than a tri-state area. I have existing connections in Delaware, Pennsylvania, Jersey Shore,
At that time,
Maryland, and Scranton area, Pennsylvania as well.
right? And New Jersey, of course.
New Jersey, of course. We got 2 shows booked in Jersey coming up.
Right.
We actually got on the Brighton Bar down at Long Branch as Memorial Weekend.
Oh, really?
It's Saturday, May 27th. It's a big concert down there, 2 stages, a whole shit ton of bands.
And where's it at?
It's the Brighton Bar in Long Branch,
Where's Long Branch?
down the shore.
So
Of course,
you
Memorial
can
Day
go to the
weekend.
beach for the weekend, see your band.
We're playing 8:30 Saturday night.
How'd you get that time slot? Good for you.
Uh,
That's awesome. I think we'll have to make sure to promote that one. Go ahead, you can keep talking if you want. I'm just looking for the questions I have. I think I asked all my questions. Oh, Eric. Who's Eric? Eric is the sound guy.
Eric is the sound wizard.
Oh, the sound wizard.
Yeah.
Did he come along with Tim? Is that how that goes?
Eric owns the studio.
Okay.
So Eric is.
So it's his place.
It's his place. Eric's doing the recording, the mixing, the mastering, the production work. Tim is producing the album for us. His ears have been excellent.
Yeah.
He's had me change the way I've sung stuff in a couple spots to make it better, to make it more powerful. He's thrown a flair into some of the instrumentation work that has really worked out well.
Nobody else sings along with you, right?
There's a couple backups in spots,
there?
but
Okay.
not really. There's gonna be some stuff on the album that's really cool.
Yeah.
That hopefully will turn into backups on stage.
Gotcha. Right, right.
Just some stuff we thought of as we were recording it.
That
But,
you can only do in the studio. You can't necessarily do.
oh, they could sing it on stage.
Oh, gotcha.
But in the
Okay.
studio, we could do it perfect.
Yeah, I know. Right, right,
And
right.
that's the goal.
Right,
So,
sure, sure.
But yeah, I mean, Tim's been awesome to work with. I can't say enough. This guy's been great to us. He's been good to me as long as I've known him.
You know what? If you appreciate someone that much, you just make sure to tell all your friends.
Oh yeah, he's actually got a heavy metal compilation coming up
Oh,
that I'm gonna put a couple of friends of mine in touch with that I know have local metal bands out in PA.
right, right.
So
Cool. That's
maybe
good.
I can
That's
help them
great.
get a little
Yeah.
exposure
Make
on
sure you
that.
keep me in mind when you're making those calls, and I'll talk to everybody we can.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, he's also actually doing a rock and roll one too.
Oh, really?
Yep. He's doing a heavy metal one called Metal on Metal, and the rock and roll one is Rock Will Never Die. I know there's a lot of really good rock bands in the Lehigh Valley.
Yeah. Yeah. That is correct.
So that's something you might want to pick his brain about a little bit if you get a chance.
Circle that. So when you guys go out and play now, you have your album. Will you do cover songs and that?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say, I don't think you can go back to that. Okay.
No. I mean, there are a couple songs that I will cover at some point in my life.
Okay, and everybody will do something like that, right?
There are things that mean a lot to me now, and I want to do in a way that really portrays what they mean to me throughout the rest of my life when I decide to do them.
Right.
As far as professionally, it would take a lot to get me to do a cover.
Yeah, yeah. I understand that. I certainly do. Do you have enough songs for a whole gig?
Up to 45 minutes.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's
But
cool.
we write pretty quick, so that's one of the things.
You do everything pretty quick, obviously. Jeez.
Truthfully, that's one of the things that we're looking forward to. Is once this is done, getting back to doing some fresh writing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You're going to go right to
Oh yeah,
that again.
We'll be
Yeah.
up to an hour set by summer.
I'm sure you will. I don't doubt it at all. Do you have anything to add, Vince?
No, just thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you for agreeing to talk with me. It's been very
great to have
insightful.
here, and
I can't wait to see y'all make $1 million.
hopefully this is the first of many for the rest of our lives.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Thank you for your
very
time.
much.